All right, I got a cross versus battle for you guys today, and this one is a good one. We got Rudo versus Deku. So Rudo is from Gacha Okuta. He uses a vital instrument. I forget what its name is, but he has gloves on his hand, and these gloves can give him power. Right? He can turn anything into a vital instrument, and he can use that vital instrument to fuck things up. Right? His nail gun technique. When he grabs a nail gun and he turns that shit into a real fucking nail gun. Big, powerful. The nails get longer. And not just longer, they get faster when they're shot out. Boom! That projectile is huge and it's coming at you fast. You know. But he's using a glove, and then this glove can turn, objects into his weapon, basically. Still limited though. I'm only watched 23 or 24 episodes of this series. That's all that's out right now in dub. Now, when it comes to Deku, everybody knows about Deku. One for all quirk. He has six or seven, different quirks inside of that. All Might's brute strength. He has float. He has danger sense. He has smoke screen. He has black whip. He has gear shift. He has, I think that's most of them. This fight is gonna be all right. All right, we'll say that it's gonna be all right. Because this is the first time I'm talking about some newer anime character, right? Called Rudo, right? In one of these battles, right? I'll get him fighting somebody else, later on. Strength goes to Deku. Deku's physically more powerful. That's thanks to his quirk. Speed, also because of his quirk, the one for all is moving like that, right? He's getting all those powers from those previous users and provides him with, decent amount of speed. And Rudo don't have speed like that. Not like Deku. Durability, Deku, at the end of My Hero Academia, well, not the end, but near the end, towards season 7, the beginning of season 8, this guy has decent durability. Not the best, but still pretty good compared to Rudo. Rudo gets hit. He's tough, but I think Deku's a bit tougher because he put in that work to really, you know, manage that quirk. Because at first he couldn't, right? But now he can. The first scenario is in Gacha Kuta, by the way. They're fighting in the trash world, down there in the trash world, where they fought. They're fighting where they fought that one guy, the old man with the arms, at the end of season 1. They're fighting in that little, trash beast. They're fighting inside of that trash beast. That means Deku gets endurance, right? Not because of that scenario, because Deku actually has better endurance. Even if he's overusing his quirk in this fight, which I don't think he'll have to, he has it in him to go into a long fight with this guy if he has to. But Rudo is smarter though, because Deku, right? He's one of the better students in this class, but is he the smartest in the class? No, he's not. Rudo's not a class, kind of smarty smart boy. I like to call Deku not sophisticated, but he's more sophisticated or whatever. He's, dressing in a formal, uniform or whatever, right? But Rudo has real smarts, real experience. he says, okay, this is trash to everybody else, but let me take this trash and turn it into something that is useful. And that's what he's doing to fight off the enemy. And then he's going to use that power to get back at the ones who threw him in the fucking trash pile in the first place. He's going to use that power to, get back at them. A true, get back. Experience goes to Deku. Close skills go to Deku. Range skills go to Deku. Recoup goes to Deku. Hacks also go to Deku. With his environment, the environment goes to Rudo. In the next scenario, Deku also has strength still. Speed, durability, endurance. Intelligence goes to Rudo. He knows how to see the environment and seize the opportunity. If there's a chainsaw there and he grabs it, he can turn that shit into a vital instrument for a little bit. He can resonate with that shit. Anything he can get his hands on that's like a tool or a gadget, little gizmo or jinky, and just grab that shit and like use that real quick in the fight. Deku has experience over him though. He's had his powers longer. Now, close skills go to Deku, and range skills go to Deku as well. Deku's not the best boxer in the world, but by the end of My Hero, he can box a little bit. And then range skills, that goes to Deku as well. And we can shoot those bullets of wind, boom, boom, and really like fuck Rudo up before he even grabs another tool. Because, like I said, Rudo is smarter than Deku, but not much smarter than Deku. Deku will start picking up on shit too. He'll be like, oh, he's grabbing these tools and he's turning them into, vital weapons to use against me. I have to, I have to end this guy quick. So, Recoup goes to Deku, and then hacks also go to Deku. But the environment actually goes to Rudo. They're going to be fighting in the city, where there's like rubble and shit. Because like during, Shigaraki's, time, the city got destroyed. They're fighting in the destroyed city, all right, in the My Hero verse. Now he's going to grab all this debris, not the debris, but there's, shit within the debris because this boy looks for shit like that. He knows how to, surf through trash for, valuable things. And then he can turn that into a weapon and, try to kill him with it. However, in both scenarios, no matter if they're fighting in Gachakuta or in My Hero Academia, Deku's gonna win that shit. Low to mid diff. Deku wins that shit, alright? I know some My Hero fans were like, well, but here's the thing. I was watching, that, and I was like, I was watching Gacha Kuta, and I was like, Rudo, he's really doing it. He's really, got some moves. But he can only use, like, a move like that nail gun, like, one time before he, like, runs out of power. If he could do that shit, like, multiple times and with, multiple objects, it would be a harder fight. But right now, I gotta give that shit low to mid diff to Deku. Be cool, Qua in the corner. And let me know what you think about these two in the comments below.